Hello, everyone. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. This will be a big accomplishment. I made it. I'm super excited. We have quite a few of you in here today. Hello, hello. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Oh, good. You guys can hear me. That's awesome. That's a huge improvement. We have Cheryl here. Welcome. Peggy. We have Loretta. Paula's here. Looks like a few of you are in the gym. She's going to be, Cheryl's listening while she's on the elliptical. That's impressive. I agree with Peggy. And yeah, getting back in the studio, that's a huge one. Peggy. It's like a spring day here too, Loretta. So glad you're here. Wow, we got quite a few. I'm going to have to catch up with chat already. That's a good sign. Hi, Karen. So glad you made it today. Laura's here. Welcome. Susan Thames. So glad that you made it here. Ari's here. We have, let's see, those are most of, Michelle Leslie's in the house. Hi, Michelle. So glad that you're here. Cameron, that's my hubby downstairs. Holly's here. Welcome. We got Faye. We have Pam Duvall's here, Elizabeth. So glad you guys are here. And what a journey this has been. I know it's been like a month since I've seen you guys. I was very sad and disappointed that the last live just did not happen. I have learned a ton about my live streaming, which is exciting. I mean, we're never really wanting to dive into technology when it's not planned, right? Like when it's on our terms, it's fine. But when it's not on our terms, it can be very frustrating. And I figured it all out, and I actually updated all my live stream area up to my new computer. And I learned a lot about how I can make it a little bit more fail-safe. So that was exciting. Karen says it's been snowing there all day. 12 feet left over from last week. Wow, we feel like we have a spring day out here. I went for a walk and it was sunshine. It's really beautiful out. I didn't have to wear my coat. It's crazy, and I live in the Portland, Oregon area, so it's really crazy. So I'm so glad you guys are all here. Let's see. Oh, Laura is on her tablet, so the sign is different. I thought that was probably you, Laura. For some reason, I just kind of knew. I just knew. Oh, thank you, Loretta. My birthday was yesterday. I turned 53. It was an interesting birthday. My husband and I were both pretty tired. We did some fun things. We ate and did all that. One of my sons is sick though, so we rescheduled our dinner. But we just did a low-key birthday this year, and it was fun. It's just birthdays are interesting. Today I woke up feeling totally a different person. So that's a good sign. I was really tired yesterday and I'm feeling really good right now. So thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Louise says, what a beautiful piece. Just gorgeous. Thank you. This piece is titled The Guardian. I brought this piece with me when I went to the Golden Residency. Now, I created one of these probably 5 years ago, maybe more. And it was the one of the pieces I really regretted that I sold. I sold it to a friend, so at least I knew who it went to. But I draw all these up, so I had the drawings, and I ended up deciding to make myself one, and I call it my grounding piece when I went to the residency, because you're trying all these new things. And so it allowed me to show my whole process in it, and we filmed using this piece, so they've done some filming and all of that. And this piece is actually going to go in my dining room. I have a handful of pieces that I'm working on for my home, and I'm actually going to show on my socials, like me making them, putting them into frames that I upcycle from Goodwill. I've gotten some huge frames that I spray paint and change the colors of the frames and update them, remat them and frame them and put them in my home. So I'm really excited to kind of share this other side of, integrating my artwork into a home. So I'm pretty excited about that. Michelle says, low-key birthdays are great. Happy birthday, Dawn. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hi, Katie. Welcome. So glad that you're here. Thank you. Oh, that's Paula. Hello, Paula. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. Gosh, we got quite a few of you in here. So glad that you guys are here. So with that, these live streams, you know, they're more of an open studio time where I'm going to work on some of these personal pieces, and you'll get an insight of what I'm doing on my own personal time, because I'm able to, with my new schedule, do more personal work. And that's what I've been wanting, because as an artist, we have to be able to, you know, hold space for that, especially when we monetize our art through, you know, having a membership. Like I have my Pastel Insider membership. So I'm releasing 2 lessons a month. And so I have, you know, the other weeks to be able to create more on my own. So I'm excited about that. So this piece is large. It's an 18 by 24, and you can see my hand, you know, it's small in it. So it's a larger piece. I am actually working more on the larger scale. I just got these new boards. As you can see, this board is a little bit, you might not be able to see it as much, but I got these new boards, and I got some big boards to actually put on my studio easel to work bigger. So I've been working on 22 by 30. That's fun. So doing that. And yeah, thank you, Peg. I appreciate your words. So yeah, I'm glad that for all of you have hung out and you know, stuck through the technical difficulties last live, but I definitely think this is gonna be worth the wait. This piece so far is done mainly in PanPastels and pastel pencils. So I'm not really teaching, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna be working on. And if you want like a more deeper dive into my creative process, how I work and how I teach, I have a Pastel Insider membership. So I'll put that link in here. You can check it out and see all the lessons I have. I just released a lesson this last a week ago, and we did, before I get started, I'll show you. I got them up on my wall here. I should have peeled them off, but I didn't. So I'm going to be releasing a reel here this next day or so, showing my new studio setup, where I have basically got a cart, and I have all my stick pastels. So I have all my soft pastels in my studio accessible, which is huge. So for a long time, I had them in boxes and put away. And if you've started to work a lot in your studio, putting things in boxes just don't always work. I mean, some people have to put their stuff away. I totally understand that. But if you have a working studio where you're picking up from where you left off, it's really nice to be able to have them out. So I'm going to be sharing a video with that on my socials. So this is the woman. We did an exploration of stick pastels. And it's interesting because each one will always look different. And so that's what I lean into more with the Pastel Insider member lesson for this last month. So this was released, I think, a week ago. And we just do these fun explorations. It was a lot of fun, and these are all sticks. So I'm doing more of the stick lessons, kind of splitting them up, where I'm doing 1 PanPastel and 1 stick. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm gonna put that up here. All right, so this piece, basically I've got most of the foundation laid out, and now I'm on some layers where I'm pushing and pulling, and I'm gonna work on these feathers right here and bring some of these up, but I'm gonna make sure I said hello to everybody. So it looks like chat's caught up. Man, I can't believe you have snow there, Karen. I would love some snow. I really would. But it has just been kind of crazy. I'm going to pop in that link really quick, and then I will start working. What are you guys up to? Tell me what you've been. We got one of you in the gym on the elliptical while they're watching. And I would love, you know, this is about our community. I would love to know how you guys are doing. So please tell me. It's been a while. I'm going to get some raw umber here and bring that onto my palette. And then I'm also going to bring, so this is raw umber. This is the family right here. And then I'm also going to bring out some red. And I'm going to bring that in. And I think I got most of my greens. And then I don't think I need much orange. I think that's good for what I want to work on today. I really want to bring those lives. Thank you, JC, for the birthday wishes. Oh, Ruth, you're here. Hi, Ruth. Welcome. I think this is the first live. I'm going to warm up with doing some of the leaves and stuff in the back. I'm so glad that you're here, Ruth. I know you've been trying to get here live. Ruth went to my Connecticut retreat, and we met in Connecticut, and she's also a Pastel Insider member. So I'm so glad, and she's been trying to make it here. So I'm so glad that you made it. But you're in Florida, but it's cold. Oh, man. Cheryl says, I'm at the Y at my village looking outside, watching it snow. Laura says she's sick of the snow in Connecticut. Yeah, it's been snowing there for a while. I mean, when I was at Golden, it was snowing like crazy when I was there. And that was, you know, in December. And I was lucky to even be able to get home. I was really thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to make it? I got to move this black closer to me. And I like having my black and white on the bottom, but I'm just going to live with it right there. Let's see. Atlanta, oh, that's Paula. I've got Bringer of Light in the back blocking in stage on the easel. Oh, that's exciting. I saw that that was being downloaded. I can see when people are downloading lessons and stuff, and I was like, ooh, someone's downloading the Bringer of Light. I was pretty excited about that one. That has a lot of stenciling options, and that one was a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing and hearing how you like that one. So sometimes we just gotta, when we get back in that studio, I have not worked on this piece at all since I was at Golden. And we just need to start with something a little easy. So to do that, I'm just gonna focus on bringing out some of the light here on my trees. And that is going to help me just ease into the whole thing before I start making some big decisions, because just like anybody, it takes me a little bit to feel warmed up also. I mean, I'm so excited to be here. Can you tell? I'm like vibrating under my skin. But it's been a long time, and I've felt like, oh my gosh, I've just missed everybody, you know? It's nice to be able to connect. So right now I'm bringing a bright yellow green in on my palette. These are the bright yellow green family. And this one I don't use a lot, but when I need to bring some green up and I don't want to add so much white, I'm going to bring this up. Now, if some of you guys are new to PanPastel and you are here, I have an intro to PanPastel on my website. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you get a full intro lesson. So if you want to learn how PanPastel is structured, how it works, I go into detail on that just to give you a experience to start off. Let's see. I think I got everybody in order here. Way too much snow. Peg agrees. It's an unusual winter. Laura says that she started a whole sketchbook of just abstracts, and I've done over 20 so far. Dang, Laura, you should be proud of yourself. Showing up and just doing something in a sketchbook that's a lighthearted is so powerful. I can't express how, you know, you must feel good. How is it feeling after 20? How's your confidence? Are some things clicking for you? That's a big one. Okay, Holly says, I'm sitting out back by a patio fire in South Florida. It's warmer now. Oh man, Holly, that sounds really nice. My mother lived in Florida for 8 years, so I got to go there quite often. I mean, it wasn't often, but it was nice to visit. I went and visited, and I got to really, see a lot of Florida. And so I'm just going to play with these and bring those up a little closer. So that was Holly. Susan says, had another idea for my UArt scrap pieces, so I will start on that tomorrow. It will be the stick pastel woman again. Oh, that's awesome. I really think these explorations in the stick pastels are a great entryway into, using more sticks and understanding, what you love and kind of getting the feel of them. And Susan, she emailed me and she was like, I was not going to do sticks. And then she went and did the lesson and realized she actually had a good time. So I have hundreds and hundreds of sticks, and I have been collecting them for over 7 years. And I went really PanPastel forward because I was trying to really push the medium and see what it can do. And it can do everything. But I've integrated sticks before, but I'm really into exploring some sticks because I do have over, I think, I'm at 80 something lessons in the Pastel Insider, and I only have probably 3 that are stick focused. So I'm really excited to bring out the sticks and integrate them into, it is called the Pastel Insider. It's not called PanPastel Insider. So I'm excited to kind of mix those in and dapple them. So both worlds will be tapped into, and I think that's going to be fun for 2026. And it's fun because, like Susan, if you just let it go and just say, I have this inexpensive set I'm going to play with, and she did that, and she ended up having a really good time, didn't you, Susan? Let's see. Man, I want to go sit by that fire, Holly. Paula says, I'm at a co-op gallery. Oh, I'm a co-op gallery member in Spokane, Washington, and I can't wait to exhibit my PanPastel pieces. Yep, I'm really excited for you, Paula. I know you are also no, maybe that wasn't you. I thought you did mixed media too. But I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see that. Maybe you have to send me some pictures or something. JC says, I'm in a small Arizona town that's 30 miles away from Utah, and we are in the 70s. Oh, wow. Louise says, I'm at my father-in-law's beach house, but it's chilly. Our summer so far has been awful. Oh, yeah, because you're in New Zealand. I'm sorry that your summer hasn't been really good. I'm going to bring some light out right here. I have to go read about your guys' weather. I thought we had similar weather. So I want this to have some light in it. And you can see how we just slowly build these up in its journey. I'm really excited to have this piece in my home. I can't express how, it's interesting how we can create, and I've sold work for years, but I don't keep a lot of work. And after going to this residency and the Connecticut retreat, doing that, I just was like, you know what? My whole downstairs doesn't really have anything on the walls. So I'm really excited to bring some of that art in and share the process. So that's going to be fun. I got rid of the door down there that I had, and it ended up being really a positive thing. And it unleashed kind of the rest of the dining room taking shape. So I was able to get some furniture and a table and get some things going down there. I mounted a staghorn this weekend. I took a little video of it and stuff. Maybe I can share. I'll share some of that in my stories on Instagram. So I'm getting some dark in here. I'm watching on my phone, says Ruth, but I couldn't figure out how to chat on my phone, so now I'm on my computer. Yeah, the phone, you have to tilt it, Ruth. So if you have it vertical, no, if you have it horizontal, you have to tilt it vertical to chat. So that might help you out. Tell me if that's what you're doing, because I could totally help. So I'm working on some transitions here. I want these trees to look like they're fading in the background. And so I have to do a little bit of working on that transition. So see how this is a little bit easier of an entry point instead of just working on the owl right away. Because if I do that and work on the owl right away, I'm not really warmed up yet. I'm laying in some darks here. All right. Michelle says, I'm working on a close-up portrait of an eagle face. Yesterday I finished a flying fox bat. Oh, that sounds interesting. Realistic pieces done, the exploring with stick pastels as well. Yeah, you have been busy. I've seen some. I really love the work that you've been posting in the Facebook group, and I really appreciate you, by the way, so thank you. Oh, Jelly's here. Oh, thank you. Hi, so glad that you made it. Karen has a question. She's asking a favor. I know your audio volume is probably fine for everyone, but this old gal would appreciate if you could turn it up a notch, so I have to strain to hear. Well, do you have yours turned up on your end? Because let me go see how far it's up on mine. I have it all the way up, Karen, so I can't go anymore. Let me see. Yeah, so mine's all the way up. So it might be what you're listening through. I'm not sure. So sometimes earbuds will help if they go right in your ear. I'm not sure what you're using. But how's everyone else for audio? I mean, if it's something that's on my end that's an issue, I would definitely like to know. But I have my audio turned all the way up. It might be, yeah, it's showing the gain's almost all the way up too on my thing. Yeah, sorry, Karen. Peggy says, just received a box of Dakota's Blue Earth stick pastels, eager to unbox and integrate them into my pastel palette boxes. My PanPastels have been boxed up too long. Well, I'm excited for you, Peggy. I actually, since it was my birthday, I just ordered the Nomad set from Blue Earth. So I am pretty excited about that. It's a set that, you know, is supposed to be able to be like a really cool travel set. So I want to play with that. I will unbox them at a live. Maybe the next live I'll unbox the Nomads and talk about them. I might not unbox them, but I'll show them. Yeah, I've been wanting to try those for a long time. So if you guys have been following me, you know I've been wanting to play with those. So happy birthday to me, right? I got a check from my family member. And so I was like, if I get that check, I'm going to put it towards my birthday gift. And then I bought a studio chair for my birthday. I had an old red studio chair that was so worn out that the Goodwill almost didn't even take it. And I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time to get a new one. So I saw one. I went to Home Goods and I found this mustard yellow chair and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. And it swivels, so that's like a bonus. All right. So this owl piece has a lot of symbolism in it for me. I really love incorporating symbolism into my work. I talk about this a lot in my teaching, in my lessons, and my personal ones, it's the same. I really love expressing the connection of the animals to the forest and to ourselves and to the energy that we all have going in between us. So eventually I'll have some orbs coming in here that will, you know, relate that to. But right now, that's why I have this branch connected to the owl, is that representation. So I'm just kind of cleaning up these transitions here, but I'm going to catch up on chat too. My volume is turned all the way up on my computer. Well, I'm sorry, Karen. I don't know how to fix that for you. The only thing I can think of is maybe getting some headphones might help. I don't know how your volume is on your computer in the sense of reference to everything else. All right. I'm going to stand back here. So once I get to a certain spot, I want to get it where then I can put in these patterns that I really like. And so I have to get that built up first before I put in those patterns like this. And that can sometimes take a little bit of getting them to fade into the background here. And then looking at the balance of the whole thing. Well, Peggy, I look forward to hearing how you feel about the Blue Earth pastels. Much better, actually starting to like what I'm creating. Well, that is great, Laura. I mean, when we talk about abstracts, you guys know that I am in love with abstract work. That's actually where I'm leaning into more and more. And it's all about how many abstracts have you done, because we do not want to judge ourselves. And practicing drawing up compositions and all of that. And you know how I go deep about abstracts. I'm super in love with them. I think they're very powerful. And I love to demystify them. So I'm glad that you are just, you know, creating over and over again to really try out what you're liking and kind of build up some muscle memory with the whole thing, because just showing up and expecting to create them, it's just not how it goes, as I'm sure you have learned. All right, so I want this to kind of come down as a mist. So I have this black mixing in right now, so I am finding a happy medium here. And then I'm going to grab a lighter orange, yellow. I really wish they would have given us a light on that. So I'm just looking for my diarylide. Let's see what this is. This is our yellow core. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go in with a, I'm going to bring in my yellow ochre tint, and I'm going to bump these over. And so this is what I call curating my palette. So when I'm curating, it goes with anything. Like when I taught the stick pastels, when I teach PanPastel, we don't want to be overwhelmed with our palette. You see all this behind me on the table, right? Like all the PanPastels, but I'm not sitting next to them and working with them right here, because I want to curate what I have to be able to focus and kind of break down some of the overwhelm of having all the colors. So even my stick pastels, that they're in drawers and stuff, I will still pull them out. And this isn't for this one, but I will curate what I want to use for my stick pastels. And I go into a lot of detail about that in my lessons. Let's see here. I'm going to bring in some of this yellow. Orange. This is an orange shade. Orange can be pretty bold. So next week, you guys, I am running my first of many, I hope, giveaways that I'm going to be doing. Now, I haven't told anybody this yet, so you guys are the first ones to hear. If you want to be involved with this, definitely go sign up and subscribe to my newsletter so you'll be the first one to know. But next week is my off week and you will be notified. I'm running it through my subscriber list first to do a test run, work out the kinks with all you guys because you're such a supportive community. And I have plans to do quite a few. The ones I will be starting to do later in the year are for my Vander Stoep getting started 20-piece PanPastel palette that I'm going to be doing. So I have some of those to give away. And then I'll be giving away my Pastel Insider 3-month subscription to my membership. And everyone can join the membership one, to have the opportunity to win that. And the stuff that's physical is for US only, but that's why I'm doing both, so I can have participation for everybody and make everybody feel included. But I'm really excited to start it out. I will be doing that next week if everything goes right. But it'll be fun. So I'm going to run it through my newsletter first, kind of get any kinks worked out that before I do the big ones. And I might be doing a black PanPastel kit set up for that one next week. Okay, I'm going to catch up on chat here. Okay, so I think the sticks and pans can play well together. Of course they can play well together. All soft pastel plays amazing together. A lot of times what it is basically you want to do PanPastel goes on first for underpaintings, for your beginning, and then you start working on sticks on top of it. Or you can just do sticks, or you can just do PanPastels. They're all the same medium. It's just the different hard versus soft. PanPastel's ultra, ultra soft. And then pastel pencils are, soft to medium, and then, or even to hard, like I demonstrated with the Linear sticks. And so the whole medium plays amazing together, Peggy. So that's a great insight there. I'm so full of admiration for how you can talk and paint at the same time, Dawn. Have you always been able to multitask like that? I don't think my brain can do it. Well, thank you, Paula. Honestly, I don't think I could have done it a few years ago. But what happens is, number one, I'm leaning into my intuition with a lot of my work because I have painted so much. So my brain has separated from overthinking of what I'm doing versus the painting. Was it always like that? No. It took time. But it's just something I've leaned into because I taught for like 4 years before I did the live streaming. And I had 4 years, so that's like many, many lessons of that underneath my belt a little bit. And then once I did the live streaming, now I've done over, I would say probably 100 lessons I've probably done, including live streaming and my lessons and classes that I have on my website. So it starts to become, I didn't realize I was a little bit more lean into it of, it's something that comes a little bit easier to me, but I also think it took a lot of like practice of showing up and going in scared and realizing it all works out okay. Learning to take a moment and like breathe with the piece, even though I know people are just watching. You just have to have moments throughout, Lots of ringing my sound bells before live streams. No, I'm just kidding. I do that. But yeah, thank you very much for your kind words. I appreciate that. Pam says, I'm on the 3rd day of doing your circle challenge. In my journal, trying to get back into playing and exploring. You know what, Pam? I am on that same challenge myself. The circle challenge is huge, about drawing, showing up every day and doing a circle. I don't, I might have that on YouTube. I'm not sure, but I know I have it inside the PanPastel Insider membership about my circle challenge. So I'm really proud of you, Pam. It's worth it. It's worth it. I showed up today and I did my own doodle drawing with a piece. It's kind of crazy. I'll show you guys. I'll give you a little insight. So let me see here. I did this crazy character. Let me see. I got to get, and I'll show behind the scenes here. I have to get my piece off, a piece of paper, because you can't see it. Ugh. And then here we go. So I just draw on tracing paper and I love it, but I can also draw on sketch paper or anything. And I just draw these funky characters, which I'm hoping to lean into more of my funky stuff. And let's see here. I have to turn down the volume here. There we go. I didn't realize my color was up so bright, but you can see it now. Just, this is my birthday character of me turning 53. I don't know. So I just draw up and sketch and have fun. They're nothing serious, you know, but what it does is kind of leans me into ideas and gets me going of like what I'm, you know, flexes that muscle. That paper is so bright, so I have to do that. So way to go. So glad you're doing the drawing challenge, Pam. Susan says, yes, definitely had a great time with the sticks. Turned out better than I thought it would. See, I'm so glad you trusted yourself. That's huge. I mean, Susan, just showing up and I mean, you were like, I thought I was going to hate it and I didn't want to do it. So I'm pretty impressed with you just kind of going for it, Susan, and just seeing what comes of it, you know, like not overthinking it too much to where you limited yourself. Because with the stick pastel lessons, I basically, I use a lot of new pastels, NU. They're like a harder pastel and they're less expensive and you don't go through them really quickly. They're these. And I also have the Holbein. And these stick pastels are really nice. Like I can, trying to see if there's anything I even want to dare put on it, but like they're just a little harder. They'll just bump off here if I put them in here, but I love these. I got a whole bunch of the Holbein ones and the new pastels, and they're great to learn on. So that's what I did with those lessons. You can see how they'll bump right off because I already have PanPastel on there. And so they are meant to go on top. Let's see here. Keep it up, Pam. I'm excited. Keep checking in about that. This is amazing, says JC. I love owls and eagles. I'm watching the live nest cams right now and would love to paint some. Oh, that sounds fun, JC. I heard those live cams are awesome. I think Michelle was really into watching those a while back. Okay, so Peggy says, what is the paper you are using for this painting? Is it sanded or is it smooth? Great question. This is the UArt Dark, and it is the 600 grade. UArt comes in many different grades, and this is my core paper. I share this in the free lesson that I have, Peggy. I don't know if you signed up for my free lesson on my website, but I'll put that in the link here. And I show the paper, I show all of the, you know, the getting started. You get a guide, you get a lot to get started in the intro to PanPastel. I also show pastel pencils in there. So this is the UArt paper, and I list that and I link it up. So if you want to check that out, if you haven't already, on my website. So I'll put that in there right now real quick. I found out how to get links to actually paste in the YouTube studio. So I was like, yay me, right? Let's see. Here is that. I'm going to pin this one. So that's pinned at the top. So if you come in, you can just sign up and you'll be sent a link to access. Then you have to sign up for my free library. I thought you, Paula, did assemblage. I was like, am I thinking the right person? Because sometimes my brain hiccups when I do live streams. And I'll have longtime people that I know the history. But what happens is is YouTube keeps changing how we see people. And for 2 years, I saw your names as regular names. And now we have all these numbers and stuff. So I'll second guess myself. It's just awful. Okay. I've been watching Jackie and Shadow again with the live streams. What did I miss with JC? Oh, yeah, that's the birds. I thought, Michelle, you'd be watching that. That's really cool. Susan says, and I ordered the Selenier pastel pencils, the 48 half sticks. Yes, you're going to love the half sticks. So if you guys haven't watched it yet and you're interested, let me show you. I did a whole demo on these for the last live. And we demoed them. It was a lot of fun. And I went through and unboxed them. And these are the Selenier pastel sticks. And I did the half. I really suggest the half ones you do. But they are hard. They are a harder pastel. They're a lot of fun. If you don't have a pastel pencil yet, I highly suggest the Carbothellos first. Or the Pitt pastel pencils first, excuse me. And they are nice to have. And then I also then maybe get the Selenier, just my opinion. But let's see here. Luis says, it will be the UArt 600 grade at Peggy. Oh, you're helping her out. Thank you, Luis. You're always such a big help. Do you ever use a larger sponge tools for these bigger background areas, or is the oval wand pretty much what you use all the time? Paula, that's a great question. And you know, I actually was working on a piece the other day, a big piece, and I started grabbing my large oval. I'll show you it. So I have the large oval here. They have all kinds of awesome soft tools. And this one I use to transfer any drawings the most. So this is my widely used one. And then I was playing with, you know, some larger sponges like I have, you know, like these are the finger sponges. But I end up using these sponges more on black PanPastel when I do my black kind of charcoal vibe. You guys have seen me demo that. And when I do that, I feel like that with the larger tools. What this does for me is it gives me about 5 paintbrushes in one. I get to do a lot of different mark making. For instance, you know, let's see here. I can probably go into this corner and just reframe it. So I'll do a little demo here. If you're using this tool, you have so many options. You can do large movement there. You can, you know, do smaller ones. You can load the edge of it. You can use the tip to get into all these little moments. You can just create the brush. So what I'm noticing is if I use a larger one just because I'm trying to hurry, it gets rid of this brush mark stroke that I'm not really keen on. So I want there to be brush stroke. And here's a great tip. You guys are going to, for those of you that are new, I mean, for my people that have been here for a while, they've seen this 100 times. UArt is one of the best papers that I've used that erases. So I'm erasing it down all to the bottom here. That is really easy to fix. You're going to watch me fix that in about 2 seconds here. And I just go in with black and the other thing a lot of people don't understand when they're new is you wipe off. I use these tools and I go into a lot of more depth. I'll give you some easier stuff. You wipe off your tool in between color changes, and that's how you reset your tool. So for those of you, when you see me go out of frame, a lot of times I'm wiping my tool off to go into the next color. All right, let's see what other question we have. Tart's here. Hello, Tartlet Art. She's a bit late, but it's been forever. Hello, so glad you made it. Let's see. Welcome, audio's fine. Wow, I'm really got to catch up. Okay, okay. Glad audio is good for all of you guys. Louise says, my birthday is in 2 weeks. I'm working out which art supply I'm going to gift myself. Hey girl, you know I can enable you. Let's go. What are you interested in? Well, I'm going to be definitely showing off my Nomad set I'm getting. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I'm really curious. What are you looking at? What is like almost in the cart but not there yet? Talk to me, Louise. Talk to me. All right, let's see. We need more birthdays so we can gift ourselves the things we want. I know, right? Birthday was the reason you ordered the Slenier. Yeah, that's why I ordered the Nomad. You know, I had some money. Okay, Karen says, my volume is good on everything else. I noticed that when you turn your head towards your microphone, that the volume is good for me, but when you lift your chin, you have to move closer to here. Oh, I'm really sorry. It's really sensitive on your end there. Yes, I have a few of the Brun pencils. They're very nice. I don't know what the Brun pencils are. Let's see. Oh, thank you for cheering everyone on, Michelle. Thank you so much. Gammy says, watching on the big screen's a treat. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. I've watched myself on the big screen, and that's a weird experience. I think I'm going to go work. I'm going to grab another wand. This is one other tip. I don't do this all the time, but sometimes when a wand's used for one color a lot, it'll get pretty embedded. So I will shift to another wand. I'm going to work on some of the feathers right now since I feel a little bit more warmed up here. Let's see. Oh, I think someone said something about my drawing, and I wanted to say thank you about my drawing. I'm just having a good time, and I'm really going to start leaning into the drawing. Helps get me more confidence to draw directly on the paper. But a lot of times I transfer because I have a certain thing I'm going for. But what this year for me on my personal time is I'm starting to lean into just showing up and seeing what comes out. Because I'm like 7 years in. It was 8 years. My anniversary was 8 years in January of soft pastel. So I'm excited to kind of play with that this year. And I'll be sharing some more of that along the way. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm caught up here. Thanks for the link to the intro lessons. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy them. Definitely post in Facebook. I have a Facebook group too. Well, definitely, Luis. I don't know if everyone knows that they can change the name and get the numbers off of there. That would be nice, right? Those Slenier woodless seem to be sold out everywhere. Have you tried Dakota Pastel? Susan, you are like the testament student. Susan's been with, well, quite a few of you guys here have been with the Pastel Insider for a long time, since it's started. And Susan was very vocal about a few things, not in a bad way, but she did not, she was like, the wand takes time to get used to. These are like my brushes now. It's like using a Wacom pad and a mouse. I mean, once you use a Wacom pad, you don't want to ever go back to a mouse. And it's just like learning a new paintbrush. These are my brushes, and I can't imagine not using them. So they are definitely, you get used to them, and you just have to kind of sit with that learning curve of the whole thing. Let's see. Yeah, I can't imagine, Susan. I love that you shared that. Louise says, I'm going to check the Nomad out. Never heard of them before. Uh-oh, girl. Well, they're a stick, but, I'll talk a little bit about them because I just ordered them and I'm pretty excited. The Nomad set is probably up there with the softness of a Terry Ludwig pastel or a Slenier. They're on the softer side, but I think they're going to be hard enough to do what I want with them. They are also arranged in value and intensity, and it's one of the only lines that is actually designed in value. So they have like 6 sticks with 6 value steps. And if you guys know me well, raise your hand if you know how much I think value is your superpower. So I'm all about value. As you can see right now, I just gave a perfect example with how value can be your superpower. I'm pushing back right here with the owl, and I'm pushing that value back so that tail looks like it's going back into the scene. And that is a really perfect example about value and how it can really impact your work. And once you start really understanding how value impacts your work, you get unleashed and leveled up in ways that you never thought before. Not to say the Nomad stick is going to do all that for you. I'm just saying I'm all about value. You get a free value. I have it right here. I include this in my assets file that you get for the intro to PanPastel lesson because I just think it's really important. But yeah, let me see. I was determined to be caught up on chat today. You guys are really chatty. I'm just loving it. There's 38 of you here today. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I miss you guys so much. Let's see. Karen says it's probably the internet connection. I'm sure it is because Karen, I know you're Miss Tech Girl. Like you are always dropping the tech stuff. And if I recall, I think you're one of the older people here and you know tech more than a lot of people. So you rock the tech. Laura says, I have the Nomad Brights and I want the emulated Nomad next. I don't know what the emulated Nomad. I don't want to go bright for me personally. I have a lot of brights. And I think you'll find too is darks are the challenge in the sticks. Once you start getting sticks, you're wanting to get more darks and midtones and shades. So for me, it's really easy to buy bright ones because they're always pretty and shiny. But I go over all that in the intro to sticks lesson. You'll learn a lot about getting yourself set up, how to buy them, all that. All right, so even if I go too dark on this tail, I can bring it back up again. I'm basically trying to bury some of these lines. And then I'll catch up on chat again. You can see how I can use the wand to do all kinds of things. If I can go straight, it always helps. And I never like legs, so you will see I will always bury the feet. It's just a little, you know, little inside secret to my own personal struggle. No, I just don't have the patience for the feet. And when you think about it, we don't really care. I don't care about the feet and I don't want to fuss with them. So they're going down, people. The feet just go into the moss all the time. I'm always bringing the feet in. I'm going to start bringing some feathers in here. All right. It's a German pastel pencil. I think it's spelled Brinziel. Oh, okay. I've never heard of them. Are as soft as the Caran d'Ache. They are in my list along with the Selenier. Okay, look at you guys teaching me some things. I'm doing a screenshot. I've never heard of them. So I'm going to screenshot that and I will check them out. Are you guys enabling me? That's not supposed to happen. But you guys have done that more than once. More than once. Okay. I just ordered my second set of Earthberry soft pastels yesterday. Can't wait for them to arrive, says Karen. Okay, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Earthberry is next on my list, but I really wanted these Nomad, and I had to think, do I want Earthberry or did I want Nomad? And I really think I have a ton of sticks that are probably up there with Earthberry. So I just went for it and got the Nomad set first, but the Earthberries are next. They seem to be out there quite a bit for people are liking them, so that's exciting. As you can see, I'm in concentration here with these feathers on the legs. I really am enjoying. Once you get your core down here, you can start building things up. But I also have these feet going into the shadows, so I have to find a happy medium. So I'm going to stand back and look at that. All right. Oh, Tartlet says, I finally finished Amanita. I went back to the pastel mat and used the old set of makeup brushes. I just can't do the U-art. It's too grippy, and you go through at least 4 packets of tips. Well, Tartlet, I'm going to challenge you a little bit on that, and it's not about it being too grippy. A lot of it's about the application. So have you watched my application video on YouTube? That's my question to you. So I want you to answer that. If you've watched that, it will really help you understand that we have to build up on the UR. As you can see, I'm not going through a lot of tips because I've already built up off the bottom, and you have to load your wand more, and makeup brushes can affect your experience with PanPastel. So these are a high density foam, and they will last longer because of the way that they're built. So a lot of it has to do with your materials, and that can affect your experience. But if you haven't watched that video, I highly suggest it. Paula's raising her hand. Oh, about the enabling. Is that what? I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay, I'm almost caught up on chat here so I can be in real time. Oh, yes. I showed them in a beginning. I think that's on here, a beginning of Stick Pastel on YouTube. I have that. So if you want to go listen about all of the different sticks and the hardness and shopping for them, I have that because I linked it with another one of my lessons a while back for the intro to sticks that I did with an owl, of course. I'm going to keep that white. Gammy says, Nomad by Blue Earth. If so, they're lovely. Yes, those are the ones that I just ordered them today. Important to know that Nomad is a set of Blue Earth brand pastels. Blue Earth has a set named Nomad, Drifter Portrait Landscape, available from Dakota. That's right. Dawn, I'm 81, but I'm still pretty much a computer guru. I'm going to be like you, man. That I want to totally stay with technology. Way to go, Tartlet. I'm thinking you are Susan. Great, you gave it another go. Love that lesson. I'm noticing you don't even need to use the dowel today. Yeah, on a big piece like this, I won't have to use the dowel. This allows me to just work from a farther distance. And that's what I really want, is I don't want to, I want to loosen my stroke up. I don't want to be tight. And if you stay really tight with your work, you're going to have tight strokes, and that's why I use the oval. So I'm bringing up some of these tips here. Now I'm so excited to get this piece in my dining room. So after this live, I'm probably going to push through. Not today, but I'm going to work through getting this ready in my house. So I'm pretty motivated. And I already got a frame for it, and I just need to spray paint it. All right. Tartlet says she did watch it. Well, I'm glad. I hope, I think definitely, I think I may just be heavy-handed. Well, it does make a difference on all of the materials that you're using. And I'm Sarah, I just changed my handle. Oh yeah, you guys, it's hard when you change your handle. I lose track of who you are. Oh man. You're welcome, Peggy. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. We're here to hang out, talk about soft pastel, inspire each other. So how are you guys doing after the first of the year and getting back into creating? Have any of you guys kind of struggled with get back into the studio? How are you guys feeling about that? Because I know personally, I have been kind of integrating the experiences that I had over the last 4 months. Going to the Golden Residency, and then going into the holidays. And I feel like I'm just starting to kind of get my feet underneath me and get back into creating. Alana says, I really wanted to try the UArt peel and stick, but it doesn't seem to make it in the 600. No, I have to do all my own. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have to mount all my, I mount all mine, my own. So I'm not sure if they do the 600 in the peel and stick. They were going to send me some samples, but I haven't followed through with that. So I never asked if they carried it in the 600. So that's kind of curious. I mean, but yeah, mounting it helps. I definitely find mounting my paper makes a huge difference. I have a video on that if you want to see how that's done. I'm going to bring down this side. Let's see here. I think I'm going to do a poll. I have a poll idea. All right. I'm going to. Oh, Tarlet says you're about to finish the School of Thought lesson. Just have to do the finishing. Oh, that's exciting. I'm glad that you're working on that. Let's see if this lets me do a poll. All right. I'm going to ask you. Okay, I got a poll running in there. I'm curious if you guys listen to music when you create. I know I do. I try to, I used to listen to more things like audiobooks, but I couldn't feel connected to the art. But when I listen to music, it's a whole nother story for me. I feel very connected to my work. What do you listen to if you don't do music? Do you listen to anything? Hi, Francine. Woo woo, Francine's in the house. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, it's okay to be late. It's nothing. We're just having a studio hangout time. I'm working on this piece called The Guardian. Lots of symbolism. Owls have come up in my work for many, many years. A lot of it symbolizes really tapping in and following your intuition is what they represent for me. Let's see. Susan says, I feel like especially after today's piece that I have reached a new plateau with PanPastel, UArt paper, and all involved in my year of playing with limited color. Well, that's really exciting, Susan. I'm really happy for it. You've been working hard. You have showed up so much, and that makes a difference. So I'm really excited for you. And I'm excited to see what you do with your scraps of paper. Okay, I'm going to push this in a little bit, or pull this out. Just right here. A lot of this is about staying on the upper layers here, and I share that in the application video, and I talk about this a lot when I'm teaching. Okay, I think you guys should see the poll. Hopefully the poll's running. Hello, we have 42 of you. Say hi if you just showed up here. I'm really chat forward. I just want to visit you guys, talk with the community why I'm just working on this personal piece of mine called The Guardian. Gammy says she mounted several 9x12s. Now if I can get time to paint. Way to go getting those mounted. It's really not hard once you guys can get it figured out. You can mount them on matte. You know, I use matte stock, like for photo mats, for my framing mats. And I have a video of how to mount them. I show the whole thing in my YouTube. So definitely go to my YouTube video and you can see that. Yeah, they do, Karen, to, oh wait, I don't know who's saying that because it says at Karen Marshall. I think it's Karen. Yeah, Dakota sells pre-mounted stuff too. It's really nice. Tarlet says she likes to listen to TED Talks. Susan says, if not music, she's listening to me. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. That's really sweet. Oh, Michelle, isn't it nice that Francine's here today? And Gammy, yeah, Gammy. I love that Francine's here. Holly says she loves to listen to music. I tend not to listen because I'm a professional musician and music tends to distract me, commands my attention, and it's difficult for me to tune out. Yeah, I think that would be hard if I was a professional musician. What do you play? What do you do professionally? That sounds exciting. Okay, I really want these to go darker. I'm going to take the stripes out. I have my old one that I did. That's my reference. I do have stripes in the tail, so I'm going to put those in. I'm just looking at my reference here. I'm going to put the stripes in the tail. And I think I'm going to do them with the extra dark. Everyone show a little love to Dawn by clicking on the like button on this live demonstration. Yeah, if there's 45 of you guys, I should have 45 likes. No, I'm just kidding. But it would be great. It helps. It's a free way to help out my channel. You don't have to, it doesn't cost any money, and it's just any interaction with my channel in that way really helps out. So thank you for cheering people on. I really appreciate that, Karen. Sometimes Michelle says she listens to music. Most of the time I listen to the outside noises and birds, or listen to the Eagle live stream. I find when my other half gets home and puts the TV on, I lose my oomph for my art. Have you ever thought of like putting headphones on when your partner comes home? Because sometimes I have to check out of whatever they're doing if I was that close to them, right? So I really want this to go into more of a gray, so I'm going to pull one of my neutrals out, and the neutrals are down here. Ugh. Let's see here. I'm going to hit... I'm just going to put a little bit of the neutral gray. I'm looking for the mid-tone, and I use that one all the time for my transfers. So just a second here. Neutral gray. I have to go through my stash. It's like, where did I put it? I think this is it. How's my... I think that, did that poll even go? Is it still going? I wonder if it went. Oh, yes, it did. So 61% of you guys, it says, listen to music. 39% say no. This is a little bit of a cooler gray, so that's what I've been playing with the, using this, raw umber, but I'm trying to get my values in here. When I get my... I got my values in there initially, and now I'm putting a stripe in there. I got that side done. I'm liking that. And those values look really good. I think the tail might be pushed up a little too far. I'm going to try pushing the tail back. And I'm going to show you how making a change is so easy. Actually, it's just going to help me with my values. I liked it hitting the light, but I think it might be hitting it a little too much. So I'm going to play with that. And you're like, oh, all that work, but the tail really should be farther back. And that's something I didn't do in my first one. I had it up closer, and it's not really, shouldn't be like wrapping around. So I'm going to push it back and see if I like that more, and I can always bring it back up if I don't. Okay, I think once I put the pattern in and maybe just a little bit of light. So here's a tip that will help too. Like, I have multiple cameras back here, and a lot of times if I just go look in the camera where it's really tiny, like I took a photo of it, then I can see if something, or if you squint your eyes, you can see if a change is working for you or kind of against you. So right now, I think the only issue with it is maybe bringing some feather up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to maybe bring a... Oh, hello, Fantasy Reality. Welcome. Hi, I'm new to PanPastels, but love them. And oil pastels as well. I like the whole world. I'm into mixed media, art, watercolor, acrylic, and gouache, and air dry clay. Well, you're probably in the right place, even though this is soft pastel forward. I have backgrounds in almost everything you've talked about. But welcome to the creative world here. We are so glad that you're here. We're talking about everything soft pastel, but I do do a little mixed media in it. I love sculpture like clay. I've done a lot of that too. Gammy says, I prefer music, but I stuck with TV background noise I try to tune it out. That's when he talks to me as well. So headphones is not an option until later on in the night when it's dark to do my art. My art is my time, basically morning, day, 5:20. So Michelle, I'm curious, do you work in like the same room as him? Because there's one thing, you know, I had to do was I had to put a sign up that said, do not disturb. I know it sounds horrible, but I finally did it. And I told them, I go, you guys, if you only knew how hard it was to get in front of the easel sometimes, then you probably wouldn't disrupt me as much as you do. And so I had to put a do not disturb sign. And now I have an on-air light that my son, he installed. So I actually have like an official on-air light. I showed it in one of my lives that he installed for me. So no one comes upstairs during that. They know if I have my on-air light, I'm either filming for a lesson or I'm on right now like for live streaming. So I'm probably gonna have to blur this out a little bit because I think the patterns might be a little strong, but I'm gonna play with it because I don't really want it to be that perfect. I want it to be a little bit more painterly. So I'm going to play with that, but I definitely think tucking them back a little bit, and maybe I might just pull forward just a hair. I'm going to have to use this. Just this one. Well, I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to sit with that. Those decisions don't have to all be made. I'm so glad you guys are all here. So thank you for coming. Did you guys lose audio? Crap. Okay, let me go check, make sure my audio's going. It looks like I have audio. Everything's charged. I'm going. Is everybody else good? Okay, you guys scared me. I've lost audio. That's why I'm really keeping it with chat, because one time I had 3 minutes without audio and I felt so bad. Okay, Susan, are you trying to scare me? Remember that time when I had 3 minutes without audio? Oh, Chrisella's here. Hi, Chrisella. So glad that you're here. Sadly, we're in the same room as I don't want to be separated when he's home. I know, I can feel you. When he retires at the end of the year, this might need to be changed and I will move in the art spare room. But even then, you could have like a sign, like if I have this apron on, you can't talk to me and have conversations that much. You know what I mean? I gotta have a word or a sign or just something. I guess that's how I roll. Like I'm like, but I get it. Like I've been trying to go down. I got a laptop recently and I try to work downstairs more and I want to be with my family. So I totally get it. It's fine. I got to tease you, Susan. I'm teasing you. So I'm just having a little fun. I'm having a little fun over here. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've missed you. But let's see. I am glad this group addresses handling interruptions. Thank you. I have trouble putting my foot down when I'm in my studio. Yeah, if you guys have a studio, if you have a closed door space, I highly suggest for you to make a sign with tape, but talk to your family members first about it. Like, I didn't just do it. Like, I went and said, hey guys, this is what happens. It's really hard for me to get started. And I'm trying to claim a little bit of time for myself, and it has nothing to do with you, but I want to kind of have this time. And so I started slowly and I started sticking those stickers. It's a sign. I have one for meditating, because I mean, come on, you can't be interrupted when you're meditating. So I have one for that. I had one that says I was live streaming, one that just said, please don't disturb, I'm working. And then now I have that light. And it just took me like really talking about it, and my family gets it. You know, this is what I do full time. If I was maybe more part-time, but even then, we only have so much time, especially when you're part-time, your hours are even limited more, right? Like, I'm trying to think of what I want to work on next. This is a real mess because when it got traveled, that got blurred in there. So I might work on that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little muddy. And then I'm also thinking, I'll kind of show you where I'm going to go with some of the things. Like I got some red in here. I think when it got transferred, it got a little smeared in some spots. So I'm going to go, let me get this moss in here. You know, I got to cover those feet up. We don't like to have to deal with the feet. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to do a reel that shows, I'm going to start doing these reels that shows me doing this, and then I might have another reel that shows me actually just, it's being painted, it's going into the frame, and then it's going in on the wall. So you'll be able to see where I'm putting these. This one's going in my dining room. So I'm thinking here, I'm going to bring out, well, this side's pretty awkward on this side, so let me balance these out, but I got to get the right one. So I have this one with my neutrals. I'm going to push this back a little bit. So as you can see, it's a game back and forth. So for me this season, it's been really much of like really being gentle with myself about getting back into creating. I mean, I do, of course, have my lessons that I've been doing, but I'm talking more of my own personal journey. I've really been making time for that because it's the only way I can really sustain doing the job that I do with the Pastel Insider. So I now have weeks where I can actually paint with my own journey too, to expand and kind of figure things out, and I'm not always teaching. And since the holidays and stuff, it has been harder to kind of get in there, and I've been really gentle with myself. And this might help you guys, for those of you who might be struggling. I don't know if any of you guys are struggling just getting in the studio, but it seems to be a topic. I'm going to show you what this is what my rag looks like when I have a lot of, a lot of paint on it, and then I just flip it. So see how right now I have these big, they are microfibers, and then I just flip them around, and now I have another one. So I'm just flipping that because they'll contaminate your wand to the point where you're like, okay, that's not helping. But getting in the studio for my own journey, I've had to have a lot of self, you know, being graceful with myself, that I'm integrating a lot of things, I'm figuring some things out. And what I decided on, and this might help you guys, is that what I was doing in my head was I was trying to go deep right away when I go into my studio, or go right into a lesson, for instance, if I was a student. And, you know, like I know a lot of you are taking my Pastel Insider lessons, but just to show up, what I'm doing is I built a little spot where I can just draw and scribble for 15 minutes if that's all it's going to be. It's kind of like my circle challenge that Pam's doing. It's like every day I want to be able to show up and just do something. And if it's not painting, sometimes when you don't have something like this on the easel that's going, to getting started with something that you have, even if it's an abstract or anything, usually my abstracts are a window in, but sometimes even those can be hard. Anything bigger with bigger intention. So I've set myself up with like scrap paper, pencils, erasers, you know, things that are really easy that I can just show up. It's kind of like what you're talking about, Susan, is like you got scrap paper, they're pretty motivating. It's like there's no pressure. And even as, you know, a full-time working artist, that's something I have that I'm navigating myself is, you know, sometimes it feels too heavy to show up. So going in with a sense of play and letting that unfold to lead into something more deeper. Going in too soon with that, you know, with something deep can be really hard. So I am trying to approach it with this new thought, and it's really working. I did it today with my sketching that I showed you earlier on, and I think it's going to really help me, because going too deep too soon is just really doesn't serve me, you know. Like I want more play in my work anyway, so I have to remind myself, how do we access that? And I have to put signs around my studio or around my creative space that remind me things that, you know, I'll write down something. This is what I'm going in for intention. So this spot here, I have to use pencils because they have been brought already used pencils, heavy enough so that it's all being knocked off. So I'm just going to go in pencils. So yeah, I hope maybe sharing that story might help some of you maybe get into the studio and not have it be so heavy. Because expecting to go in and going straight into a lesson or learning something new can be hard. So even just going in and taking the PanPastel and mixing colors, just like you would do with like watercolor or something else. It's the same concept. I want this to be light. I want the light to radiate out. And this was getting muddy with the pan, so this is where the sticks come in, or the pencils. Or I'd have to erase it down if I was just doing pan. But some of this definitely got blurred in the transportation. It must have moved, which is fine. I thought I had it pretty nailed down. So I'm going to back up, and I'm liking that. It's looking a little bit more glow oriented through the trees. All right, I'm going to catch up on chat, and I'm going to get a glass of water here, a little drink. Check in with you guys. Chrisella did sneak in. She was sneaky. Oh, Fantasy says, thank you for the warm welcome. This is actually my first joining a live due to anxiety, but I'm trying to push myself. My faith gives me strength, but thanks for the warm welcome. Took your enchanted mushroom. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Fantasy. Way to, go outside of your comfort zone and do something new. I know that isn't always easy. Oh, did Jonas sneak in too? Jonas. Oh, there you are. Hi, Jonas. Welcome. So glad that you made it. How are you doing? What are you working on? What portrait or theme? Now, you guys will tell me if I got PanPastel on my face, right? Let's see. Francine says, my family is wonderful about respecting my art space. I think they know how important it is because of all the stress I'm normally under. So they think of it as me being in therapy. That's a great way to word that, Francine. Let's see. Pastel and cider is the best. You will love it. Oh, thank you for saying that, Susan. Laura says, I have an antique speakeasy tiny door in my studio. I love it. Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh, you need to show that door in Facebook. That'd be cool, in the Facebook group. I love that we should show our workspaces in there. That would be fun. That'd be a fun thread in the Facebook group, is showing our workspace, our creative little area, even if it's just a door or right where you work. I know not everyone has a full space. Fantasy says, oh, you did that class and you're thinking about doing the subscription. Well, I would love to have you in the community, Fantasy. And remember, you can always just try it out. It's $20 a month. You can try it out, see how you like it. But there's a lot for you to learn in there and to dabble in. So I think you will have a great time. JC says, I like it, but I usually like when I rewatch. Oh, I see what you mean. Louise says, Fantasy, we're a super friendly bunch in here. Glad to have you felt up to joining in. I also suffer from anxiety, and it's not easy to deal with. Well, anxiety is a hard thing. I think a lot of people have it. I have social anxiety in different ways. I know you wouldn't think it because I do live streaming, but I have where after I go to social events, I will ruminate, and it's given me some anxiety things I've had to deal with. I've overcome it a lot with meditation and pushing into things like doing live streams and kind of, but yeah, I know a lot of people suffer with it, and way to go showing up here today. Oh, JC missed the poll. Sorry, but if you like music, that's awesome. I'm glad that I love listening to music. Lynn's here. Hi, Lynn, my fellow owl lover. So glad you made it today. She arrived late. Love seeing the Guardian's creation. His older brother will soon move to my new house. Ah, Lynn has a few of my pieces. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which ones. I know you have a few of them, so I'll have to go look it up. Let's see. Fantasy, the Pastel and Cider is absolutely the best subscription. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I need to update my I need to add to them. I'm updating my Pastel and Cider landing page, and I'm excited for your guys' wonderful testimonials. Are always so sweet. Thank you. My hubby wants me to create, but not when he's home, so my art time is a hit and a miss anymore. I yearn for the days when I had my own commercial studio in a building a mile away. Well, I can see that. Ruth says, I've been painting most every day. I'm very happy with my PanPastels, but not satisfied with my stick paintings. Okay, Ruth, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. How many stick paintings have you really done? Like, I'm talking, PanPastel's a little bit, I've, met you in real life in Connecticut. So, PanPastel is a little bit more painterly, and it's applied so different. So you're basically almost using a new medium within a medium. If you've gone PanPastel forward, that's how I can kind of explain it. So give yourself time with those stick pastels. And I'm going to be teaching more lessons inside the Pastel and Cider. So I'm really excited. I think I'm doing ones with these birds that I plan to do this month. I've already got the lesson we're doing that I'm releasing this week. We're doing a big bumblebee with energy vibes and lighting vibes that's going to be the PanPastel. The stick one, I'm going to go and do these birds and have the special application I'm going to teach you guys with sticks. So let's see here. Francine says, I used to be really hard on myself if I didn't make something finished and worth the effort. Dawn, you've really helped me redefine showing up. It's so freeing. I'm so glad that you feel that way, Francine. Thank you. I missed you. I really have. Jonas says, I agree. The key to show up every day. I paint every day as well. Are you working on something specific, Jonas? Normally you have like a specific portrait or something like that. JC says, I tried the sign thing and it was breached. Yeah, it doesn't always work, girl. It doesn't. But we just have to stay true. We just have to like stay true to the sign. You know, a lot of times guys miss the sign, but you just keep trying and keep communicating. Michelle says, I won't tell you if you have pastel on your face. Wear your war paint and be proud of it. All right, girl. I tell you, I think you will tell me because you would. Sharon, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Fantasy says, you've enabled me to literally buy all the PanPastels, the UArt paper, the PanPastels, and other recommended supplies. Yeah, I don't have a problem with enabling. I'm definitely a queen in that department. All right, let's see here. I'm going to regroup. I have a few more minutes here, and I'm going to focus on overall what I kind of want to work on. I want to show you how I'm going to put in kind of these magical orbs, and I'll show you a couple of them. I'm going to be bringing them in. So I'm hoping to do these orbs throughout, but I also got to pull up this has all got see, the cool thing is if something gets bumped or if an area gets where it's been smeared at all, it's really not hard to change. Like all right here, I don't know if you can see that or if it's coming through. I think you can. It will come through as like it's got a haze on it, but it's so easy to fix. I want that to go back. And then I can just clean up the red that's kind of dispersed out. And you know what? Sometimes it's a happy accident, like Bob Ross says. Love Bob Ross. How many of you guys love Bob Ross? I'm such a Bob Ross fan. So sometimes having that little energy spray could be like the energy of the mushroom spores kind of coming into it. So I'm really flexible with things because I'm open to them meaning different things along the way. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's such an easy fix though. And they can even be bouncing the light off. So see how that moment of value just totally popped that? Look right here. Just hitting this in just brought that forward. I love talking about value. Dawn, how many hours would you say you have put into this painting so far? And what percent finished would you say you currently are? Really looking forward to seeing it done. Well, that's a great question, Paula. I've probably put like, I don't know, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6 hours into it. So like 6 full hours. I would say it is 3/4 the way done. I probably have 25% left. A lot of that has to do with that I am more at peace with certain things being left than I used to be. So I would be really caught up in a lot of the finite details of a piece, and I'm realizing the longer I've painted that it's okay for things just to fade off. Like these ferns don't all have to be refined. I think I'm better at making that decision now. But that's a great question. And you know, I'm not in a rush with finishing it. I mean, I am excited to go put it in my dining room. I mean, it'll motivate me to show up. I would have probably worked on this piece as a great entry piece into the studio, but I already had it signed up for being in this live. It's great to work on something that I know where it's going when I'm maybe struggling showing up in the studio. So right now, after this live, I'll be able to work on it and keep working and finish it. And like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, it'll also be posted on Facebook. I have a Facebook business page, and you can also connect with me on Facebook, my personal page, because that's where I sell most of my artwork, is in my personal page in auction groups. Okay. I'm going to tuck this area back. Oh, thank you, Karen. That was so nicely said. Thank you, Paula. I'm really excited about the chest feathers too. There's a couple gaps here I want to hit now that you're talking about them. I think I have to rotate a wand here. So these wands rotate quite easily. I can't believe it's 3:13 already. Where did the time go? I'm gonna, just since you said something, I'm gonna hit right here. But see, the cool thing, you can move around a piece. You don't have to be so stuck with it. And the other thing with soft pastel that's pretty powerful is you don't have to mix paint to start. I can show up for 5 minutes or for a few hours. There's no wasting materials or feeling like I have to use the paint, or a big feel like I have to, you know, do something because I've already mixed the paint up. All right. Oh yeah, I love the orbs. I feel the same way, Francine. Michelle says, Bob Ross was one of the first artists that I watched and tried painting one of his paintings about 13 to 14 years ago, and I never done art before. And it's funny, when a memory pops up on Facebook, it could be a photo of 5 tubes of paint, and that, folks, is when my art supply hoarding started. I would be embarrassed to show what I have now. Oh, Cheryl, how's that elliptical going? You feel like you had a good workout while you were listening? That's awesome. Glad you had the best workout ever. I mean, if I can motivate you to get on that, you know, go for a walk on your elliptical machine, that's pretty awesome. So you can see I'm at the point where I'm starting to like balance and look and edit and bring things out. And I have a lot of things brought up to a certain spot, so that's kind of fun. Well, if you guys have any questions about anything, this is a great time to ask. I don't want the wings to look like they're coming out of his head. There's got to be some separation here. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you cheering everyone on. Hey, you guys, what's the definition of a hoard? Like, I don't know. Like, I guess if you're not using anything, I think that can be hard. But at this point, I've cleared out, like, that's what I just did. If you guys read my newsletter, I showed a picture of my new setup here. I got a new light and I got a new cart, and I took out some things that weren't serving me. I had a big live streaming desk that was in here. And now the cart sits there, and this cart is it rolls, and it also it holds all of my stick pastels. So I have those accessing now. So just kind of moving my studio around, getting it to function a little bit better. But I mean, I definitely have a thing about supplies too. There could be worse things to be addicted to. Art supplies feed the soul. So I don't want these feathers to look like they're coming out of the face. So I'm adjusting some of the value here. We'll smooth that out later. It's like back and forth, back and forth. It's a dance. You're in a dance with the medium. And I'm looking at the camera. Oh, it's gonna zoom back. Be funny because I just moved my head, but I'm gonna hit this a little bit because I'm looking at my camera. How did you transport this beauty to and from the Golden Residency without damaging it? It was expensive. I actually shipped a huge flats, and I actually shipped back some paper from Legion that I'm working on some reels for that too. And I folded it. I ship my paintings all over the world when I sell them. So basically what I do with a painting, a finished piece, is I fold it in between a piece of glassine. So I have a huge piece of glassine that folds over, and then that glassine is taped down in the cardboard, and I get a double-walled cardboard, and I secure it. And then I tape that cardboard really secure. And then I put another piece of, put it in another cardboard cover to bring it. So yeah, I've brought it there and back, but I started it at Golden. Like it was my grounding piece. And I have an abstract that I shared a while back, but I haven't done a reel for it. I have the stuff, but I did a big abstract that's on 22 by 30 on that Legion paper, so I'm excited to share that. I'm feeling like I got a little bit more separation with the head there. All right. Michelle says, I'm actually curious about your cart. I've looked at them before and they're pricey in Australia. I'm wondering if they're a lot cheaper in the States. So I'll be totally transparent. The cart I got they're regularly like $419 or for something on Meat and Art. And I haven't bought a piece of like functional furniture for my studio except for my easel and my big tables that I have. And I bought this with a coupon I got for like first time signing up or something. I think I got 20% off. And so it was like $375. Let me see. I can show you the cart. Let me show you the cart. Well, you want first behind the scene peek of the cart. So I'll show it to you. I think I could just do this. All right, here goes the cart. So this is the cart, and it is, let me back it up. So it is on wheels, and it has all my sticks in it. So these are pretty big drawers, and so I have the 3 drawers with the sticks. Now this took hours to put these all together here. And this is the company, it's Meaden. This comes with an acrylic tray, but I took the tray out and I lined them with these shelf liners. So you can see the shelf liners are in there. This tray is removable. This one comes off and it has a wet thing in it too. But I have my pastels, my PanPastels fit in this blank spot. And then I have my overflow, and then I'll be able to work on here. Now this pulls and wheels, if I'm making you sick, I'm sorry, but I can wheel this anywhere I want. So that's what I'm excited about. But the main reason why I bought it was for the pastel stick storage. I haven't had my pastel sticks. I had them in this, which is my overflow, but I just didn't really have them out, and I had a lot of stick pastels tucked away, and so I was able to bring all of them out and then organize them by value. And so I was pretty excited about that. So I have a reel that's going to show that, but let's see if I can get this back on. Am I able to do multitasking in that way? Yeah, I did it. Look at me, I even got the palette back up. It's a shock. Yeah. Oh, Louise is taking off. All right, Louise, take care. Oh, Jonas says he's finished The Woman with a Bouquet and now started a new portrait of Jimi Hendrix. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Louise said that she's about to ready to lose her charge, had a hot spot, and been lovely hanging out. Thank you, Dawn. It's so nice to hear and see you. Well, I'm so happy you're here, Louise. Yeah, if you guys, Jonas is on Instagram. A lot of you are on there. You can follow him on there. I can't wait to go see it. I need to go get caught up. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think they're 500 Australian here. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I mean, no, I've been working for quite a few years in the studio. The lighting is another game changer. I got this light and it's probably the best light I've ever had, and I love it. So I can actually dim the lighting and have control over it. And I didn't have that for quite a few years. So I'm really excited to be able to have the lighting be better. I'm going to share that too. The name of it is really not really clear. So I have to go look it up of what the lighting's called. I would love to follow you guys on IG. What are your handles? Yeah, feel free to put your guys' Instagram handles in the chat. Yeah, I love that we follow each other on Instagram. You guys know me. I'm Vander Stoep Art on Instagram. I am getting ready to get back into it. I feel like I had a little bit of a break with social media. I just could not get back in like I normally am. And I feel like I'm starting to feel a little bit better about it all. Get more connected. Yeah, so I'll definitely be sharing this finished piece when it's done. I'm gonna bring up those mushrooms a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's 3:27. Where did our time go? Let's see, I'm gonna finish up on chat here before I go. Francine says, I really struggle with lighting in my studio. The Colorado house has very high ceilings. Well, I'm not affiliated with the lighting, but I will put the link of the lighting in here. I will show it to you really quick because I am absolutely in love with it. So I'll do a little lighting moment with the camera here. I have to get the name. There's no name printed on it. So I'm going to show you the light. So it's basically, let me see here. That is the light right here. And it has this button right here. But let me pull back and show you the light from the whole studio. So that the whole light goes over my studio. You see, so the back arm here, that clamps onto my easel, this back arm, and then it bends in two places. And it actually, look, these bend too. Let me show you this. See how that bends? Super cool. And this is what it looks like. Let's see. I don't think I can get that. Oh. So that's the light underneath. Kind of weird. It's hard to get my arm to go the right way. But yeah. So I'm loving the lighting. It goes from different, it does all the kelvins. So basically you want to work in a 5,000 Kelvin, like 4 to 5 in between that. And that is like sun light. You want to be in regular lighting. And so this goes in all of them. So I basically have a little remote that's kind of cool. And this was $75, so it was really worth it. So I have this little remote here, and then I can go and go brighter. Look at all the different ranges I have. So right now I have it on here. And then I can arrange it about right there. And then I can change the yellowness to it. With the camera might overcorrect that. And then I can go into the coolness and be more daylight. So you can see how that will adjust. So right now I'm about right there is more of a true light. And so and then I can take the sides off and just have the middle, and then I can put the sides on and you can go reverser. So it's probably the best light I've bought. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Now my lighting, I have a ring light on here. So I know my lighting's a little different. But I'm going to watch this back and see if it's okay, because I was like, I have a ring light for me that's in front of me. So, but all right, you guys. Well, this has been a great day. I'll link up the light and the cart down below for you guys. I really appreciate it. Who did I make you laugh out loud? I don't know what I did. Oh my gosh. Okay. But let me see. Glad to be back after a while. So proud of how you're growing and learning. Oh, you guys are all following each other. That's awesome. Yeah, the light's amazing. Oh, wow, that light looks great. I have something similar that clamps to my table, but small. Yeah, I'll put the link down below. Michelle says, I love watching you today and watching you work and your own personal piece. It's just a whole different vibe. Thank you, Michelle. You know, I'm trying to do the sustainability vibe because the community really means a lot to me. I really want to be chat forward and just give you guys a peek into what I'm doing in my own time. So that's been awesome. Karen says, this has been great getting everyone back together again after the holidays. Feels good to get together with familiar online friends. I've truly missed everyone. I miss you too, Karen. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you, Paula. I love the light too. All right, you guys. Susan says, bye, everyone. Join the Pastel Cider if you haven't already. Like this YouTube and like the YouTube and leave the comments. Thank you, Susan. Well, you guys have been fabulous. Thank you for coming. It's been wonderful hanging out with you all. Sunny can hear that the live is ending, so he's running towards me. It's so cute. And I will be back at the third week of this month. And so I'll be going live then. And I might go over my nomad sticks. I don't know. We'll see how it feels. I'm all about how it feels these days. And it's just been really great answering your questions and being able to chat with you all. And I will see you next time. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye. Sunny.